Hello, I'm Patricia McNeilly. I'm a Blu-ray twin flame in Chicago, Illinois. I hope you're doing well today. Today I want to talk to you about otherworldly love. This is something that in many ways you're being prepared for. In fact, the whole world is being prepared for it. Doesn't look like it's on the surface. However, the things that bubble up and out of the surface need to get out. Nobody can walk around holding long-held things for, decades or lifetimes. As a person who has a unique perspective being a Blu-ray, I do feel things from other lives. I see them. In fact, I see entire scenes, not just from Earth, but from other planets, the past lives of people on other planets. And what I can tell you is this is the beginning of the end. This is very strange for people because they feel as though it is really the end. Another thing that is difficult is the effect it's having on all of us. It's exhausting. It's exhausting to keep fighting each other and not have real love. So while you might see some people out there that are couples and you may see them and say, well, they're together and, maybe they have it going on. Maybe they know something I don't know. They may be at another vibration than what you are at. However, I can tell you this. If you have had very, very heavy stuff or you have been the collateral damage, the innocent bystander in something that has happened throughout history, you may still need some higher level healing. That is what I'm here for. I do this in my groups. I do it in my online one-on-one sessions. One-on-one so that you can actually discuss or get it out, whatever needs to get out. Because the general thing that happens here is it is like Earth is one giant hospital where everyone is coming in for some type of healing. It can be mental healing. It can be emotional healing. It can be physical healing where there's things that are deep that have affected the physical body. And it's all metaphysical in nature. It is all related to your twin flame because it is going by what has happened to you. What have all your experiences been? So if I were to put this in a very long-term perspective, as you look at the stars, you're a part of that stardust that's here, that has landed here on Earth. You've had numerous adventures, romance, good times, camaraderie. That's the thing that many of us are missing, especially as we're isolated like this. And as people begin to come together again, they're able to value the things that are most valuable. People are the most valuable. How do you know if you're here to be in love? If you've even had one inkling of being drawn to something, you are. But there is a lot of ancient information which only goes so far to help you before you start hitting that wall and it doesn't feel like anything. On top of that, you have the energy of your other half and how they are getting affected with all of this stuff. And it's real. This stuff is real. You cannot deny it. And I don't condone any of it. By no means. But I'm not here to dwell on it. I'm here to help people get above. I'm here to help people to get into the life that they really are supposed to be having and not spinning around with the same old stuff anymore, which can be frustrating, irritating. It can make you impatient. And it can have the opposite effect, where it's leaving you with no motivation. You don't know what's the point. You feel things or you feel quick bursts and then that's it and you don't know where it's all going to. Some of these things are like bubbles that rise up to the surface and then pop. And yes, they spill out something, but that doesn't mean that you have to linger in that spill. It gets cleaned up, it gets transmuted. There are beings from a higher level that are working very hard to get these things cleaned up out of you so that you can do what you came here to do. Because the positive thing, the constructive thing, is start getting people to feel again, to feel better, to feel well, to feel healthy, to feel loved, to feel productive, to feel applauded, to feel appreciated, to feel love in many of its multiple glorious facets that some people just don't have. And sometimes they never have it. They may have one person in their life that gives them some kudos for who they are, and they get smacked around by the rest of life. And I'm here to tell you that's not really how it's supposed to be. That's how it's been. It's how it's been for lifetimes. And it's time to raise the bar. So while I do have, my own version of if I were queen, what would I do? But I'm doing what I can do, which is to help people clear their psyches, clear their emotional bodies, and have a genuine, honest chance of integrating the new template of relationship, which enables you to relate to things from 5D, where your protection is coming from 5D. What is 5D? It is the dimension that we are all from, and we sort of downstep our energies to be here. Now, some people go down to the very root of where they have to get all of that cleaned up and yanked out of them. And it gets worsened if people get caught in that karmic trap of repeating loops. They're repeating the same types of relationships with the same types of people. Those people have different names, but it's the same boyfriend, the same girlfriend, the same children, the same kind of job. And it just loops like do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. We see this on a larger scale, where the same things that happened 30 years ago are happening. The same things that happened 60 years ago are happening. The same things that happened in the 1800s are happening. And it's time to say the buck stops here, because I say everyone is bringing something to the table. I, for one, applaud the efforts of people who come out from under something and raise things up to an art form. That takes beyond ingenuity. That takes love. That takes loving what you do. Music, cooking, art, dance, bringing yourself out and creating anew based on what you feel inside you. That is what I'm here to help people do. Not to be killed all over again, or to be slowly diminished and, where it just can't happen for you, where it just feels like that stuff just keeps oppressing and oppressing. It happens to a lot of people because the oppression goes down. It goes from, one person to the next, to the, sometimes down to the kids, and then that cycle starts all over again. That is why I'm saying the buck stops here. We have to do something in the direction of love. Now, furthermore, what I like to do with people is help them draw out of them what it is that they would love to do, because that's what starts all of the gears turning again. When you have the gears turning, and love is the grease of life that keeps it flowing, that's a beautiful thing. Then you truly have the harmonious living for as many people as possible. People don't like living in certain situations, but sometimes it gets to the point with all that looping that they cannot see their way out of it. That's when it's time to try something fresh and new, because tarot cards won't do it for everyone. Some people need real action. They really need to feel the things being removed from them, lifted off by a being that knows how to do it and can do it expediently, where it's not, time after time after time. If you're tied to someone that's dragging you down, it's time to snap out of that. and focus on you. I talked quite a bit about that in my relationships class that I ran for a 30-day intensive, and people made massive changes in it within a 30-day period. And I'm going to talk about, a couple people were feeling very diminished, so much that they wanted to check out, and they were just kind of rolling the dice and saying, and they got their fire back. And that is the result of working with me and doing the work that I outline. It is the result. You have a spiritual awakening. You have a spiritual liftoff as the result of doing body work. Not the third eye work, not the mind, because the mind will be insufficient. Your subtle bodies are the things that make it big enough and grand enough for the life you're supposed to have. I know in some ways this is going to be something that people just really aren't ready to hear right now, although I've been saying it for about the past 6 years. Get ready, get ready, get ready. If you want to get out of here, if your thoughts keep saying, I got to get out of here, I can't do this anymore, this is crazy, the world is crazy, you're not crazy. It's somehow correct to see this and to see that that's not normal. The things that are happening are not our normal. We've all taken it to be normal, but it's not. And it's very child abusive, I would say, because what effect does it have on children that are coming up now, seeing all of this, hearing all of it? You can't live in a bubble forever. So I say, time to get with the higher love, time to really find out. I offer one-on-one sessions to help you. I offer group classes to help you on specific topics. I will be having several coming up here, and I'm planning a show about it. So there you go. This is on. This has been on. It started. We flipped the switch. The polarity has shifted. The shift has happened. Time to get with it. Don't sit on the sidelines. Be a part of the change, because when you change, you help with the transformation, and that moves it all forward. Thanks so much. Bye.